Hello everyone, right now we are going to learn about the list and the navigation. So actually, basically in this lesson, I'm going to create a menu bar using the list and navigation, and that's why I'm just creating the code, and once I will create the entire menu bar, then I will explain how I did this and which selectors, which property, which value are used for which purpose. I'm going to explain it. So let me create the menu bar first, and that's why I have to go for the style.css file, and in here let me declare a selector first and then curly bracket, and inside the curly bracket let me write list style type. Okay, so you know the UL means unordered list, and for list style type I don't want to use this none. Okay, then I'm going to take margin, then I'm going to take padding, and then I'm going to take overflow. And now let me type the value for the properties. For margin I want to go for 0, for padding I want to go for 0, and overflow I want to use hidden. Okay, now then let me type background color. I'm going to use hash 333. Okay, now I have to take, or I have to declare another selector, that is li. Li mean list, and inside the curly bracket let me type float, and in here I'm going to select this left option for floating. Okay, now I have to declare another selector li a, and then I have to go for curly bracket, and here I have to type actually li for list and a for a is basically using for ahref, that means calling for links. Okay, now I have to type in here display, then I want to use this block, and then I have to go for color. Let me type white. Okay, now I have to type text align. I want to go for center, and then padding 14 pixel and 16 pixel. Okay, then text declaration none. Now I have to declare another selector, that is li a, then let me type hover not active, and then I have to type background color in here. Okay, let me close these things, and now I have to take another class, that is active curly bracket background color. Let me type a color. Okay, so our CSS part is done, and now I am going to get back to my details.html page. And remember one thing, when you will shift in another page, you must have to save the files in here. And let me get back to my details.html page, and in line number 55 let me type ul and inside the unordered list, let me type list. Let me copy this line and I want to paste for more 2 times, and in here I will go for contact, and in here let me go for about. Okay, now let me save it, and I want to run these things in my live server. Okay, you can take a look over here. We got a menu. Okay, and you can take a look. I got the hover in here, and when I am moving my mouse cursor, the color of the text are changing. Okay, now I want to explain you in details how these CSS styles are working. Okay, let's get back to our style.css file. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Okay, so at first what I did, I used the UL, that means unordered list selector, and for unordered list selector I use the margin, padding, overflow, and the background color. So here is the background color, and I used the background color for this one. Okay, then I used the list selector, and inside the list selector I declared the property of float, and for the value I used left. That means my list will be placed at the left side, and you can take a look inside my entire line. The lists are placed in left side. Okay, then in another selector I used display block and color white, and I used the text align the center, padding 14 pixel and 16 pixel, and text decoration is none. So if you take a look in here, in where we have the white color, we have the white color for our home, and right now it's appearing yellow because the hover is applying. But when you move your mouse cursor from the home, you can take a look over here that we have the white color, and we used the padding 14 pixel by 16 pixel, and text alignment is center. So if you take a look, we have the text alignment in center. Okay, the next part is hover, and you can take a look. We applied the hover, and here is the hover code, and if I place my mouse cursor in the text, you can take a look, the hover is applying. Okay, so this is the CSS code, and let's take a look in our HTML code. So you can take a look. This is just a HTML code, and you can take a look what we called at first. We used the unordered list. In here we use the UL tag, and inside the UL tag we use the li, that means list tag, and we called the classes, and we applied the URL. So this is our home text, but if you want to link any page, you can just use the page name in here with the extension, or if you want to apply any kind of web URL, you can place it in here. So we did the same things. So we just use the news, contact, and about option, and if you want to apply any URL or any page, you have to type the destination page or destination URL in here. So this is just a very simple process. And one more thing I want to tell you, that you must have to practice, then you will be able to create a menu with the navigation and the list. And you know, every home page requires a menu.